Welcome back to another TerranScapes video. This video is just a little bit out of the ordinary. I don't normally do this, probably won't do it again real soon, but this is not a terrain video, but just sort of an update on a few things that I wanted to let you know about, and a couple things that you might find interesting. So if you're strictly looking for a terrain video, skip this one, and I'll be having a couple terrain videos actually following up after this one very quickly. There's a few things I want to show you. But for today, I've been requested by the sponsors of the Orkscars. I don't know if you've heard of that competition. The Orkscars, sort of the Oscars of terrain, or I should say of YouTube miniature videos. It's a competition that they're running to sort of have people nominate special artists in each of the different kinds of categories, and they have, I forget, like 5 or 6 different categories. And they had asked me if I'd put up a shout out, so I just wanted to point you out to that. If you YouTube search for the Orkscars, that's like Ork, O-R-K-S-C-A-R-S. I'll put a link in the description down below. You can check it out, and you can nominate some of the other video artists that you watch that would probably appreciate that. And they've got some prize support for not only the nominees who win, but also for people who vote, and they're giving away some army boxes, like battalions or something. So it's definitely worth you taking a look at it. I don't believe in self-promotion to try to get votes, and quite frankly, I don't really fit in any of the categories, as the only one that's closest is terrain tutorial. I don't really do tutorial videos, so I think asking for votes is kind of weird. So this is not a request to vote for me. It's merely just to point out the fact that this competition is running, and you might have a chance to win something yourself. And it's nice to give it some support, as it's kind of a new idea. I haven't seen this yet, where somebody's actually trying to promote video production, which is something as anybody out there who does videos as often as I do, or tries to produce videos on a regular basis. It's really time consuming, and it takes a lot of energy and setup and editing and finding music and stitching everything together, and it does take a lot of effort. I really appreciate a lot of the videos subscriptions that I watch. And the time it takes to put those together and to put them out regularly. So if you've got a special video artist that you've been watching and you'd like to give them a little props, you might want to check out the Orkscars and give them a nomination in the appropriate category. Next, I just wanted to say that the time-lapse videos that I've done 2 so far, they've gotten a really positive response. I think they need a lot more work on them. I've been checking out some of the people who do time-lapse videos that I like, and seeing some of the things that they're doing differently than what I've been doing, so I'd like to work with that and modify it. So expect to see more of those in the future, but know that they're probably going to be a little more sporadic than I had hoped. It's first and foremost, I've got to produce work for the shop, and it takes time to set up those and edit those, and I thought they'd be a little faster to edit, but it turns out that no, they take about the same amount of time. So as a result, I probably won't be producing them frequently, but they will appear from time to time, and I'm going to constantly work on trying to improve that. And that sort of dovetails into video software, and I was down for a couple weeks where I wasn't producing videos. I was trying to work out a problem with Cyberlink. I've been using PowerDirector Ultra 64, it's version 9, and I like the software, but it had a codec activation problem, and I was trying to get support from them, and while that was happening, I didn't think I was going to get support, so I ended up buying Corel Video Studio X4, I think. And then, as soon as I bought that and started to learn that software, Cyberlink fixed my problem with PowerDirector, so now I have both. So it seems like Corel offers some different features than the PowerDirector software does. So I might be trying to work with both of those softwares to tailor some of these kinds of projects, like the time-lapse video, or maybe a little fancier intro here, or some other things. So keep your eye out for changes in the videos as I explore that, but it's going to take some time. I'm kind of trying to do it on my own time, whatever that is, but not try to take away from building time in the actual shop. So that means that some of that progress might be a little slow, but I just wanted to mention it. Third, I can count. I wanted to mention that there's a podcast. It's a Warhammer podcast, and I know not all of my viewers are playing Warhammer, but if you are, you might be interested in this podcast. It's called Painting Tabled, and I'll put a link down below, but Painting Tabled is produced by a couple friends of mine, and it's focused a lot on the miniature side of the hobby rather than the tactical side of it, although they do some battle reports and some tournament overviews and such. But it is because they're good friends of mine, I've kind of worked with them together to produce some terrain tips for them. So if you're interested in a different perspective on how I convey, because I don't do tutorials on YouTube because it does take time and I just don't really have the time for it. This is another way to maybe get some tips or hints or a different viewpoint on how I look at terrain and some ideas I could think that people who are doing it themselves could find some products or some tools or some techniques that would improve their tabletop. So take a listen to Painting Tabled and see if you like it, and podcast on for everybody, but you might find something that you like there. Lastly, I just wanted to mention that I feel bad kind of doing this after I just released the flexible roads, and I'm like, oh, brand new product, and right now I'm going to shut down the store. I'm a little bit overloaded. I've committed to probably maybe one too many projects between now and the middle of January, and I really need some time to catch up. I've got a lot of really fantastic customers that are A, very generous in their support of TerranScapes, and B, have been very patient in understanding that it's a one-man shop and that it takes time to produce quality work. But at the same time, I'm finding that, when some of the smaller orders come in, say it's just a set of, unfinished objective markers or, just one small stand of trees, I feel kind of not right making those people wait 16 or 20 weeks to get their project when it's so small. So I've been stitching those in, but that means it takes time from the other larger projects that really deserve, a higher proportion of my time. So I'm going to shut down the store for a couple months so that I can focus a little bit more, directedly at those larger projects and really chip away at them. And then when I open back up, we'll be back to, the same system that I've been running, and I don't plan on making any changes between now and then in pricing or policies. It's just going to be a little shutdown until I can kind of get through the holidays, get caught up on a few of the bigger orders, and then I can sort of handle any of the other kinds of smaller orders that might come in. So I just want to thank everybody who's supported TerranScapes to this point, whether you're a YouTube viewer. Of course, if you're not a YouTube viewer, you won't see my thanks, but I'll put it in the newsletter anyway, so that people who visit the site can see it there. But it's been a good year for TerranScapes. I've learned a lot. Wow, I did not think when I started this video it would be a year in review cap. I don't really like those, but we are at the end of the year, I guess. So anyway, it's been a big year, and I've been able to sustain TerranScapes and put it in a good foundation where it's not going to go away anytime soon, which is good for customers who've purchased from me, because I always back up everything with a lifetime supply. I had a customer just a couple weeks ago who emailed me, said he had purchased a board set a year ago and that there were some bubbles that just appeared in some of the rivers. I said, ship them right back to me. I'm going to fix it no charge, and I'm going to get them right back to you in a week. That's the kind of service that I want to provide, and I want to convey that that's my commitment to anything that I sell. So it's important that TerranScapes stay sustainable so that I can be here 5 years from now. Should anything happen to any of your products, that I'll be there to back you up or to be able to add to those products with something that matches it in theme and style and quality down the road. So keep an eye on the YouTube channel. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate the subscribers and the comments, and it means a lot to me, and it's the reward that keeps me putting out videos and trying to push TerranScapes forward as best as I can. So I just want to thank you all, and keep an eye on the channel, because I will have a couple updates on a couple of the big projects that I've been working on within the next couple days, probably, hopefully, if I can get them uploaded. So thanks again, and I'll talk to you soon.